This is Hino's Sport bringing you that heat and that fire. I gotta go in, man. I was like, man, I was about to get in. This man say Bud ain't ready, dog. We just talked about this, man. Hey, first and foremost, man, we gotta sit here and we gotta give Teofimo Lopez his credit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, to be a respectful platform, you gotta give credit where credit is due.
Got to.
But the fact of the matter is this. This is the stuff that we're talking about. The difference between us and reverse bias fans. We give credit where credit is due. Damn, boy, everybody was waiting in that damn queue, boy. They want to see the two alphas, dog. Jay Cooley said, let's go. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Listen, man. So hear me and hear me well, dog. I will eat my crow. Listen, man. Let's give Teofimo Lopez his first credit first and foredue, man. Teofimo Lopez did his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between us and reverse bias fans, detractors, aka pandering narratives. We give credit where credit is due. We're men. You know what I'm saying? We let our nuts hang. I picked Richard Comey to win the fight, and he was winning the first round. He was doing his damn thing. But there was a meeting of the moments in the second round where they both tried to make a gamble, and Teofimo Lopez beat him to the punch. So Teofimo Lopez gets credit, and he's deserving of that fight. So we got to give him credit. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. We eat our crow, man. That's what real men do. That's what men with confidence, purpose, and an abundance mindset do. So we got to give Teofimo Lopez his credit. You know what I'm saying? But let's get on to the Terence Bud Crawford fight, because we got to clown this dude. They said Errol the True Spence can't fight Terence Bud Crawford, dog. Tom Ross, get your salutations out the way, dog. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I didn't even get mine. I'm keeping the foot on the what? On the next. I'm keeping the foot on the what? On the next. Get him, dog. Tom Ross, get him.
So, man, you know we have to separate the weak for the strong right now. Bud Crawford is not ready for Spence, man.
Woo!
That nigga almost got stopped by Mean Green
Machine.
What this proof is Bud is chinny chin chin.
Yes,
He's
he
chinny,
is.
dog.
Chinny, dog.
If you chinny, you can't do nothing with Spence.
Nah.
He gonna test it.
He ain't gonna test that shit. Yeah, he is.
He's chinny, dog. And think about it is, I want to know how this fight would have been had Green Machine had better cardio and not gassed out.
Facts.
Because when he had his energy up, he was serving butt ass, man. Y'all remember what Jay-Z said in Reasonable Doubt? He said, my serve is like Sampras. That went over people's heads. If you know who Pete Sampras is, he had the best serve in tennis.
Fact.
I served like Sampras. He was serving that nigga, man.
Damn right, dog. Damn right.
Damn. Nah, I give it to him. He overcame and he won, but the fact that he had to overcome, he was in a dogfight.
Facts.
With me, Shalom, with me and Green Machine. The fact that he was in a dogfight with me and Green lets you know he's nowhere near ready for Terrence for Errol Spence. He ain't nowhere near ready.
Nowhere near, dog.
Because if you don't get him in the chin, guess what? He go get him to the body.
Fact.
This is all bad.
Yes, it is, dog.
Exposed, dog.
Exposed on so many fronts, dog.
And thing is, I was at a bar, right? He knows, but the bar was closing, so I had to leave. So I had to catch. I'm not gonna put the name out there. I had to catch one of the pandering sites that was covering the fight. The pandering dude said, "You see, this is why Bud is better than Mayweather, because Bud will allow you to hit."
Oh my gosh!
He said the reason why Bud's better than Mayweather because Bud not afraid to get into a fight. He's not afraid to come close to losing to pull out the victory. When you're a master boxer, ain't no such thing as coming close to losing, dog.
Yep.
You always in control.
Facts. Facts.
These motherfuckers hate Floyd so much. They said Floyd ruined boxing because he was too good. The Panther, he said Floyd ruined boxing. He was too good. And he needed more fights like this where he got beat up. These niggas will say anything. These niggas say anything to protect the fighters they like, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing respectable about that fight.
You see where all the Bud Man fans at right now? They on Higgity Hush status. Dog. Let me say it again. They on Higgity Hush status, dog. They ain't nowhere to be found. Wayman Casey, admit your mouth. Admit your mind, dog. See, there you go. There you go with the Bud Man fan. Casuals laughing, never boxed before, not one round, getting dropped by a pop. There you go. See? Not admitting the truth of the fact of the matter. Get him, Tom Ross. Get him, dog.
Hold on, he knows. Anyone don't get dropped. That's number one.
Exactly.
Everybody don't get dropped. It's people that go their whole careers, fight top level competition, and don't get dropped. Mm-hmm. Y'all said, out your mouth, Bud, if Bud ain't better than Floyd, he the closest one. Y'all the one that started talking that Jay-Z shit. So we gotta find but we gotta find out. Bud ain't no goddamn Jay-Z.
Nah.
Bud Craig Mack.
Exactly.
Bud Craig Mack. He ain't no Jay-Z, man. This motherfucker, daddy got stopped. So please, man, don't come with the panda narrative talking about everybody getting dropped. Everybody don't get dropped.
BJ Freeman. BJ Freeman said, "Where's JB? Does he still get on here? Nah, he don't get on here no more. You know why they don't get on? Because let me tell you something. Bud got exposed, dog. That's why I try to tell y'all. If Errol the True Spence is the one that's landing those shots on him, as opposed to Green Mean Machine, Bud is getting punished, dog. I told you, he ain't ready for the tactical aggression, the technical punching placement, and the body snatching work, the living onslaught of the punishment style. The truth will always have its day, dog. There's two truth tellers. There's two people that got the vernacular, the truth in their vocabulary. You know who they are? That's Errol the True Spence, and he knows his sport. Let me say it again. There's two people that have the truth in their vernacular. That's Errol the True Spence, and he knows his sport. Because Errol the True Spence, his nickname is the truth. He knows his sport is the cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth teller on YouTube, dog. I done told y'all, man. Bud too light on the ass. He's a chihuahua barking behind the fence. Wayman Casey, eat your damn crow, dog. Eat your damn crow. Because you know damn well if it's Errol the True Spence landing those damn shots, Bud ain't going nowhere. Bud getting put on his ass. Because Green Mean Machine was supposed to be a bum. You know what this reminded me of, Tom Ross? And you're going to laugh? The Tyson Fury and the Otto Wallin fight. Dog. Yeah.
Woo! It did, man. That's why I tell you, all these top-ranked fighters is smoke and mirrors. And then Buddy asked me if I boxed before. Yeah, I did box. But that don't got shit to do with it. I'm still a consumer of the sport. So when I see Bud Crawford, someone who they saying is the best at 147, I expect him to look like the best at 147. Mm-hmm. The man did not look like he should be in a boxing playoff for undisputed.
Nowhere near that.
He need more practice.
This man had to go into dog killer instinct mode against a guy that he's supposed to win. Is that serious? Jesus. Could you imagine? This is the problem when you don't step your level of competition up. This is what we've been talking about, man. Errol the True Spence is doing heavyweight lifting after heavyweight lifting after heavyweight lifting. Terence Crawford is sitting here fighting duds after duds. This man tried to make you believe he fought a lame duck Jeff Horn, a one-legged gimp Jose Benavidez, a 5-year past his prime Amir Khan. And you know what? Like Deontay Wilder, if you speak it and believe it, you shall receive it. Let me say it again. Like Deontay Wilder, if you speak it and believe it, you shall receive it. Before the fight, y'all want to know something, fight fans? Let me tell y'all something. I said I hope Green Mean Machine give Terence Crawford a beatdown. And I spoke that thing into existence, and it happened, dog.
Yeah. And another thing, this how you know if it went to the wire, Dale's gonna cheat for Bud. Bud got his motherfucking ass dropped, and they waved it off. He got dropped smooth, bro.
Smooth. And they ain't even give him the knockout.
These motherfuckers talking about this. What? He got hit right on the motherfuckers. These motherfuckers trying to protect Bud so they can say that Errol the True Spence fight.
I want you to address this one right here. I want you to address this one right here. What Dre Spector Boxing just said, dog. And if you want to know, Nuke is ibuprofen, by the way.
Yeah. So Nuke. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Porter was a champion. Mean Green Machine is a journeyman. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying Crawford is ready for Spence, but he struggled with a journeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Spence did struggle with Porter. Spence was never in trouble.
Fact. He dominated the whole fight.
Spence went there and said, "I'm not even gonna throw no jabs. I'm hooking all night. We getting popping like we fight, like we fighting for a hood respect." Them niggas in there fighting, man. Spence wanted to prove that he was more of a dog than Sean. That was his whole thing. He took Sean hurt. Sean, if he had nothing else, he knew he was the dog at 147. He knew nobody could outdog him. And Spence said, "Listen, I'm gonna outdog you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna outbox you. I'm gonna outdog you."
Facts.
Spence went in there and beat Sean Porter up. Nobody had done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody done that before. This is Spence thing, and it might be to a detriment one day. Spence always trying to do some shit nobody else did.
Always changing that shit up.
He always tried to do some shit nobody else did. Instead of just winning, he wanted to do some shit nobody else did. You know what I'm saying? Spence went in there and beat the hell out of Sean Porter. But gotta ask yourself. Now it all makes sense. It makes sense why Crawford said, "I don't need to fight Sean Porter. I don't need to fight Danny Garcia. I don't need to fight Kelbrook." You want to know why? Those motherfuckers will fucking stop him. That's why.
That's why, dog. My boy Ox in the building, dog. I know you got company, dog. Ox, ride on them, dog. They said Bud is ready for Spence, man. We know what we saw in that fight, dog. If Errol the True Spence fight Bud, how you calculating this thing, brother?
Look, man. During the war, first of all, I never heard no Mean Machine.
Can't hear you, bro.
So let's stop it. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got guys that are real quick. On Google,
he knows. Can you hear him?
Or whatever the case. You hear me?
Tom Ross, you hear him? Okay, good.
Yeah, I said you got guys that's quick and swift on Google, man. But I didn't know who Mean Machine was. I never heard of the guy. And what up, Cooley? I never heard of the guy. You know what I'm saying? But on the walkout, I already knew it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned about the guy, in the pre-fight when I had never heard of the guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about his record. I didn't know nothing about him, until he motherfucker walked out from backstage, dog. And the thing that stuck out to me is motherfucker had been inactive. Quote me, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think for over 200 days. Was it over 100 days or over 200 days?
Over 200 days.
That's the type of mandatories the WBO give you.
So you see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with this?
Woo. Yeah, I see it.
First of all, that should have been. First of all, this man had been inactive. You know what I'm saying? For over 200 some odd days. Okay, this man had been inactive.
There you go. They gave you the number. They go Jay Cooley. He said 262 to be exact.
All right, Cooley.
Woo!
Hey, Cooley. You did good. You was quick on your feet that time. You did good. You was quick on your feet that time. Now going back out there.
Bro, that's damn near a whole year.
Damn right.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm alluding to, okay? And so you're trying to plead your case at 147, man, and this guy, man, I don't know who he is, dog. You know what I'm saying? He came out. I don't know what he came out to, bro. I didn't even know the song he came out to. You know what I'm saying? This man came out there, man, and put you on bended knee, dog.
Let me say something. He came out to a #1 hit that was out the last time he was fighting. 260.
Woo. Woo.
All right, so y'all doing a lot of the work for me. Y'all processing this right?
Yeah.
Y'all processing this right? Okay. You know, this man came out and I seen that number. I just seen a 2 and it got blurry after that. My mind just started getting delirious, dog. Like I'm trying to get, you know, you can't pause live or whatever the case is, but I'm like, man, I wish I could have screenshot that. You know, I should have maybe filmed it so I could just screenshot it. This is you fighting an inactive fighter. Okay, then you go in there, man, you getting hit with shit that you ain't got no business getting hit with. Had that been Porter would have stopped you, bro.
Damn right.
Porter would have stopped you tonight, bro.
Mm-hmm. Porter would have beat his ass tonight.
And he would have whooped his ass. He would have whooped his ass. He would have whooped him like he stole something, dog.
You're right.
Porter would have whooped that motherfucker through the ropes.
And you know Porter like doing that little turn where you push you on the ropes?
Hey, Porter would have turned that motherfucker around. Hey, and did him worse than he did Malignaggi. I'm telling you, because when Crawford get hit, he get that stanky leg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker dropped down to his knee. That motherfucker dropped down to his knees like motherfucking like KC tonight. You know what I'm saying? KC and JoJo. You know what I'm saying? He dropped down to his knees tonight like Cisco tonight. You know what I'm saying? But listen.
Can somebody tell me?
No, I want you to address this comment right here, Ox and Tom Ross TV. Light him up. The bomb one said this, dog. Bud said he was never hurt. This nigga won't stop lying. At the end of the fight, I looked at Bud dead in his face and I'm like, nigga, stop lying. Stop telling lies.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you, somebody in the boxing world need to spit on the tip of they five fingers, man, and go upside Bradley's head, dog. Bradley needed the back of his. Bradley need the skin slapped off the back of his head, bro.
Yeah.
Not his ass.
He's the best. He the best pound for pound. Like, man, what are you talking about, dude? Bradley is a bootlicker, dog. Bradley a bootlicker, and Andre Ward, that's his homeboy or whatever the case is. But Andre Ward was being honest, man. Like, hey, man, Crawford not doing the right shit. He tripping right now. You know what I'm saying? Ward was sounding more like his boy. Like, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this. Because if Mean Machine had a little bit more grit, had that been Lippin Yates, had that been, like I said, Porter, had that been hell, the way Josecito Lopez was coming after Thurman, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fighters coming up, a lot of contenders or whatever, even contenders.
Facts.
That would have gave Crawford some work tonight.
I like what you're doing right now.
This myth that he a boogeyman wear, dog. Boogeyman wear.
Exactly.
Boogeyman wear. Talented, you know what I'm saying? I respect the brother, you know what I'm saying, in the community. I respect him as a black man, as a father. I respect him. I respect him as an elite athlete. But what you was getting caught with,
right,
man, these dudes would injured you, dog. Hey, Pacquiao would have dogged you, bro. Pacquiao didn't want, why Pacquiao don't want that fight? Bob Arum, my thing was,
Jay Spector just said Porter a dog, but I give Thurman a better chance at beating Crawford stylistically. What's your take on that, bro?
Either or.
Before I get to that, I want to say this. I noticed in the media, you know, Bob Arum started talking different behind Pacquiao once Pacquiao got away from him and became like his own independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? When Pacquiao got out of that contract with Arum, Then he starts talking negative on Pacquiao. Like, I've never heard Bob Arum say that Pacquiao was ducking a fighter or didn't want this fight or this and that. When he was with Arum, Pacquiao was the most courageous motherfucker ever.
Mm-hmm.
But now that Arum can't really make no direct money off Pacquiao unless he fights somebody from his stable, he doesn't want to fight. You know, we try to after what we've seen, why would Pacquiao not want that fight?
And me know Pacquiao. He on the horn right now. Like, yeah, I'll fight you.
Pacquiao was eating some rice, nigga. Pacquiao was eating some chicken adobo, because I'm gonna tell you that rice is a major staple in the Filipino diet. You know what I'm saying? Just like sugar is in our household. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's sugar at the end of the day. Rice ain't but sugar at the end of the day. But you know, that motherfucker seen that shit and was like, "Hey, Ram, hey, I need that one. I need the one. Hey, he need that. He need that." Because what he thinking in his head? Hey, these little young niggas cannot fuck with me. That's what he thinking. If I'm Pacquiao, that's what I'm thinking. These young ones, they like to wait. They wait too long. If I get off on them, I can stop them. If I'm Pacquiao, that's what I'm thinking in my Pacquiao mind, dog.
Bro, Pacquiao fuck around. Stop Porter, man.
Yeah,
man, fuck around. Man, dude. The way he got on Thurman ass, I'm gonna tell you something, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If he came in there and let his hands go, and the way that right hand was open all night for a Mean Machine,
shit crazy.
That's ugly, dude. That's ugly.
Hey,
that's ugly.
I love what you're doing right now. Cause I noticed something. You ain't even bringing up Spence. You talking about Jerk. You said he ain't ready for these motherfuckers. You ain't even talking about Spence.
Because the truth will have his day. Look what Dre Spective Boxing said, dog. Crawford was exposed. That's what I'm talking about. That's a real G, a super real G, and an ultimate real G out here in these boxing streets. His ass was exposed, man. I told you guys, man, the truth will have its day. It always has its day. Go ahead, Tom Ross.
He was exposed, man. And think about it, it wouldn't be so bad if he wasn't so pumped up. But Timothy Bradley took his naughty head ass on TV and said, Bud could be a prime Floyd Mayweather Jr. He said that shit, man. He took his knot head ass on TV and said that shit.
Hey, if Floyd, I'm sorry, Ross. I'm sorry. If Floyd seen what he's seen tonight,
he'll fight him right now. Floyd come back right now with it would be Terence Crawford.
Man, Floyd whooped the socks off Crawford, man. What you? But I've been said
Easy.
That though.
Easy.
See, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, I've been to 3 Floyd fights in my lifetime. I've seen this man fight in person live, dude. Hey, speed wise, you know what I'm saying, footwork, just athleticism, man. That dude a different animal, bro. That dude a different animal, man. Floyd has stopped Crawford, dude. Come on, dude.
Stop his ass, dog.
Stop that man.
Man. Stop him, man. People
I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry.
No. I don't mind, man, because at least when you cut me off with some real shit. What people don't understand is we know Floyd don't, and we know you got to fill that cavity that he left. But Crawford, he's not the guy, man. Crawford's not the guy, man.
He ain't ready for Spence. He ain't ready.
He not ready.
I was sitting there while he was getting touched up. I was like, oh shit, if that's an Earl the True Spence shot, he's done.
He's done.
He's done.
He's done. Because you know what Spence do once he hurt you? He go into full throttle mode. This nigga put his foot through the damn car, he put his foot through the throttle, through the car. And he running with the car like a fucking Flintstone,
Spence and Porter ain't gonna have that kind of respect that Mean Machine had.
Nope.
They ain't gonna have that kind of respect that Mean Machine had.
But guess what? After this fight, nobody respect Crawford no more. 147. Motherfuckers gonna be.
Hey, Broner don't respect that nigga.
No. Hey, the way he fought tonight, if he fought Broner and Broner let his hands go and stop trying to be pretty boy, stop trying to be Mayweather, and let his hands go, he'll beat Terence Crawford, man. Because what people don't understand is, Broner a dog. Broner could really. When Broner stood there and fought, when he fought Maidana the way he fought Maidana after he got up, I said Broner really a dog. Because Maidana, y'all understand, Maidana hit hard as fuck, man. Maidana hits hard.
Y'all gotta remember, Tom. They tried to. Bud was the first one to try to clown Spence right after the Porter fight. If you're gonna clown Spence after a fight against him fighting a top heavyweight,
welterweight, yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous, dog.
And then you have performance like this.
It's ridiculous, dog. It's ridiculous on so many levels. You know why I say that? Salutes to Ticket TV. Says salute and stay on 36 Triple D helmet. Damn Skippy, bruh. Yeah. Because let me tell you something, man. Let me tell y'all something, man, real quick. Because Ticket just hit on a good point. Freaking Errol Spence, if that's his shots that's landing on Bud, the stuff that I saw that came out of Green Mean Machine, let me tell y'all something right now, man. Bud is hitting that canvas.
Right.
Because this is not like Porter. Porter's actually built tough. Porter can handle some shit now. Before he hit that canvas, he can handle something because he got a bigger body. Yeah. Bud got his legs put straight by Gamboa. So you could imagine Spence. When people say Spence ain't got no power, that's nonsensical on so many levels, man. Because I think about the Mean Machine hit this man with shots that I sat there and I was like, I just kept visioning in my brain. What if that's Errol the True Spence throwing them damn shots? Errol the True Spence didn't even need to. What I saw tonight, the Errol Spence that fought Sean Porter washes Bud, dog. He washes him. Easy.
He ain't got to get back with with Blu-ray. Matter of fact, if he get back with Blu-ray, he might fuck around and kill Bud, man. If Errol Spence get back with Blu-ray, he might fuck around and catch a body, man. But I told you this shit. You said, you too extreme. I told you, man. Just smoking fucking mirrors. He was never ready for no motherfucking Errol to
Hey, you called that thing because I gave Bud a Raul credit. He ain't even Raul. You know what Bud is? He's a South Star fist, dog. He's a fist of the South Star. You know how when the fist of the South Star used to come up against the fist of the North Star, they couldn't even hang? That's him. He's a fist of the South Star, dog.
Right, man. That motherfucker is dodging him in Street Fighter, dog. Weak as fuck, man. But people don't realize this. Bud look real good against subpar competition.
Max.
He look real good. When he fights somebody smaller than him or subpar, he look good. Soon as he come up with somebody who's around his size, whose arms as long as his, all of a sudden he can have fucking problems, man.
Facts.
This nigga almost got stretched by somebody we never even heard of before. And you know what? This wouldn't be a problem if people just kept him at his rightful place. They say, you know what?
Uncle H. Alexander, dog. You know he always in line with you, Tom Ross. Look what he just said.
He not ready for no true welterweight. Danny Garcia will knock Bud ass out, man.
Facts.
That's what I felt out today with the no hook look. With the no hook. He'll knock the fuck out. Woo. But like I was saying, man, before we talk about Daniel H. Alexander, if people kept Bud at his rightful place and said, you know what, he's kind of slick, but he likes to box, he likes to get in wars, it'd have been all right. But when they started saying he was the best at 147, when they started saying he was better than Floyd, he could whoop Floyd in Floyd prime. When they start saying shit like this, that make it bad when he have performances like this.
Facts.
If you keep people at their rightful place, then when they have performances, we can say, you know what, but that's in his nature.
Yep.
But when you say this motherfucker could whoop Pretty Boy Floyd, now when he look this bad, it looks really bad.
Yo,
Pretty Boy Floyd, man.
Tom Ross, me and my homeboy was going back and forth. He was like, "Man, it's because you just preferential to Spence." Because the whole fight, you know what I kept saying? If this is Spence that's landing these shots, he said, "Man, Errol the True Spence, why you talking about him, man? He need to come back." He need to let us know where he's at. I said, listen, man, a 50% Earl the True Spence will beat the living snot out of Bud. You know why? Because Earl Spence is a true alpha. He don't let you move him from his square. Which I gotta understand in boxing is this, man. There is what we call alpha and betas. And you know how they're designed and they're figured out? By the second half of the fight. Alpha will dictate the pace. He's not going to let you move him off of his square. What people didn't give Earl the True Spence credit enough in that Sean Porter fight is Spence did not let Porter move him off of that damn square. And he stayed in the phone booth, just like Ox always says so eloquently. He stayed in the phone booth and he made Porter quit at his own game. Crawford couldn't do that shit. Now, if he couldn't do that against Green Mean Machine, what make you think he's gonna do that against Porter? Come on, bro.
And do you know something that's remarkable about what Spence did against Porter is that not only was he in the phone booth with him, but he was making him miss a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to make people miss when you're in the phone booth like that tight.
Right.
And with someone throwing that many punches at you, he was making him miss a lot of those punches. I said, God damn, I could understand. I had never seen no shit like that before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, outside of Floyd, I never seen nobody in the phone booth that tight and making somebody miss as much. I said, God damn, man. I said, this Spence getting there with Porter, he gonna be the dog shot of Porter. Cause not Porter, but Crawford. Because Crawford, even though he ain't got no chance, this dumbass like to fight. If you don't get no chance, you gotta be on that AJ shit. Yo, gotta be jab, jab, jab. Stick the right hand. I'm gone. I'm gone for 45 seconds. Come back, jab, jab, jab. Stick the right hand. I'm going for 20 more seconds. This motherfucker like to get in there and humbug, but he don't got no chin.
Mm-hmm.
Who raised
him? Everybody saying all of the top welterweights will stop Bud. Look at LV Live. Keep stop Bud, dog.
Man, look, man, look. I told y'all boys, man. I told y'all. This man went and played in that school district. You know what I'm saying? Where he was the only nigga, man.
Dakotas.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Hey, I want y'all to get on Meldrick. I want y'all to get on Meldrick. Meldrick is the biggest Bud fan ever. What happened to Terence Bud Crawford today? With that performance, you think he can fight Spence, dog?
Right. But to our credit,
we always listen, man. We ain't talking about Comey right now. Mm-hmm. I look at Comey and tell what's gonna happen to him. I already knew what was gonna happen, man. And when it comes to being first, when I told you, I said, even if you don't know boxing that well, I told you, I said, look, if you don't know who gonna win, ask yourself who gonna win in a game of 21.
Mm-hmm.
Who, you know what I'm saying? Who gonna have more tricks in the bag? Who gonna have more power to drive to the hoop? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna be able to, make the first step? Who gonna have more finesse?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those things apply in boxing to a certain extent. And I respect Comey, but Comey wasn't gonna do nothing but back to motherfucking Crawford. All right. All right. We talking about Spence. It is hard to play in traffic, period.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to also segue into some, because I've missed a couple lives. People talking about Joshua, AJ Devo, as you call him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this about Joshua. I want to say this about Spence. I want to say this about Floyd and other defensive fighters. Even Canelo a little bit. It is not easy to play in traffic. You know what I'm saying? At any degree. Some people can play in traffic better than others, i.e. Floyd. You know what I'm saying? But, you got to ask yourself, even, playing football, it's a lot of cats that can run to a touchdown if they get open, but a lot of people, man, they can't run in between the tackles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta get the ball on the pitch, or they gotta be a power ISO or some shit like that, where they got a fullback block and a tight end and a guard. And, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It ain't a lot of people that can cut up through the middle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And dodge a defensive tackle and freeze a linebacker and cut into the secondary and outrun the safety. A lot of people cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, the same thing applying boxing, man. A lot of people, man, they can't, you know, stand in there and actually exhibit good, you know, high level defense. And so when people can actually do that, man, you got to give them their credit.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to give them their credit. You know, you got to look at the person's output. Also, you know, ain't nobody that Crawford fought have the kind of output that Porter have.
None.
None.
Or the knockout rate. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, not only is Spence fighting a higher level of competition, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're a lot more dangerous. It's a lot more dangerous opposition that he's fought also. He ain't fight nobody that's been off for 200 and some odd days.
Hell no.
Or coming up 2 weight classes. Well, you know, Mikey Garcia, you know, but you know,
yeah, but
okay.
Mikey Garcia asked for that.
Salute to you,
He asked for
Patrick.
that.
Salute. He said salute,
that, but
salute to Tom Ross, salute to Ox,
yeah.
salute to Patrick Wynn, dog.
What up, Wynn? You know, if you're gonna give Crawford and boost his resume off of Gamboa, then give Spence his credit too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, if somebody can play in traffic, you know, you got to give them their respect. You know what I'm saying? And you know, AJ, I don't like his business posturing, you know, but he was able to, you know, play in traffic with Ruiz. He was able to play in traffic and not get hit. He was able to use his athleticism. Ruiz couldn't cut off the ring. I don't want to hear nothing about no running. He couldn't cut the ring off.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It wasn't even because he was out of shape. He just don't have that skill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He just proved that even if you in shape, he can't cut the ring off.
Right. So basically,
he only
give you stand right in front of him, basically.
Facts.
He only give you stand right in front of him. If you get around him and move around him, you can destroy him. And if you flick a jab in his face, you know what I'm saying, you can knock his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
If you put a steady jab in his face, you can hurt that man. You can end his career.
Facts.
So, you know, you know, it's about making adjustments. The thing that I did pull from AJ, and I know I'm bouncing around and shit, but like I said, I missed a few lives. The thing I did pull from AJ is he's very coachable. You know what I'm saying? He's very coachable, and that he's coachable to a fault. Because a sign of greatness is having the innate ability to be able to apply intangibles right then and there. Right then and there. I'm gonna tell you something. I've never seen a cat stutter step.
Never.
If a dog is chasing a cat and it's a 12-foot wall, you ain't gonna see no cat stutter step and then jump. That motherfucker just don't jump.
He is hot.
Facts.
And get to climbing and scratching up the wall as he go to make it up the way. He ain't gonna think like, oh, how much? No, he gonna just leap. And so that's what Floyd would do. That's what a lot of great champions would do. They would adjust right there in the ring. They wasn't looking at the corner. Oh, what should I do?
Right.
No. And that's what I didn't see from Joshua. Is he very coachable? Yeah.
Too coachable.
You know what I'm saying? He that cousin that come over, you know, he got his mama and his daddy. They come from a good household. He come over and get his ass beat at your ghetto ass house. But
Day.
But his daddy got the money to put his ass in Taekwondo, you know what I'm saying? So he go and get him studied up, and he come back and put some real technique on your ass, you know what I'm saying? Very coachable, very coachable. But in that split moment, if you adjust on him, it ain't nothing he can do, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's my thing about AJ. You know, he fought a good fight. You know, he showed that he can stick to a game plan, to a T, and be disciplined. Because I could look in his eyes and see he could pull the trigger and end him, but he was doing what he was told. And that's why he's good, but he's not great to me. He's good, but he's not great to me. He's not no pound for pound. He's not no. He's you good, but you're not great.
Yep. And Ox, it's funny that you say that because me personally, I have no respect for AJ at all because he don't want to be undisputed. I have no respect for a heavyweight fighter that don't want to be undisputed. Because that's the whole point of being a heavyweight. But the thing I don't like is Tyson Fury could be called a master boxer and got concussed against Deontay Wilder. But AJ's a runner for doing the same thing and doing it better. You see how fucked up that is? Mind you, I don't like AJ, but I got to keep a spade a spade. How is Tyson Fury a master boxer when he damn near got murdered in the ring? But AJ not.
His wife was like this.
Right. She was like this. You know what I'm saying? Deontay, how she was, Ox?
And for the cats that didn't see the other live, I was saying, you know what I'm saying, for women, this is a universal sign that you getting your ass fucked up.
That's a sign of distress.
Friend, this is a sign of distress. She'd be like, no. When she start doing this, you getting fucked up. When she stops screaming and she just do this, if she's still screaming, you still got a chance. But when she stops screaming and she do this, you get your ass dog, man.
Deontay Wilder hit Tyson Fury so hard that when they were negotiating the next fight, she was like Adrian. She was like, you can't win. She's like, Rocky, you can't win. When your wife tell you you can't fuck with this nigga, sit down, man.
And that's why, she hurt Rocky so bad he didn't even fuck with his grandkids, bro, until Creed came out, dog. And that nigga abandoned his child behind that woman coming, dog.
I don't know what's
Rocky cold, bro. You gotta study Rocky, bro.
Yeah.
You
gotta
study Rocky, dog.
That shit deep, man. People not understanding.
Hey, man,
your woman can make or break you psychologically.
Yeah.
Depending on how much you got invested in her. And you can tell that was the only woman he really had, right? And when this your world, and your world looking in your eyes to tell you can't win, dog. The shit's so serious. Do you know Muhammad Ali left one of his wives because she told him he can't be George Foreman? He left that bitch, man. That's how serious this is. He said, I can't even be with no bitch that tell me I can't win. Tyson Fury still with this bitch, so he believe it.
Bitch, you better lie. Bitch, you better lie, bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
You better lie to me.
Body snatcher returns. That's my dog right there. He said, I'm late to the party.
Man.
Was that a knockdown? That was a knockdown, bro. Let me tell you something. Terence Crawford, that equivalent of that hit that Green Mean Machine hit him with was the same shot as Gamboa, but it was flash. He didn't see that coming. And when he hit down the canvas and he got back up, the referee held the damn call. They held it because it was Terence Crawford. Because let's keep it a buck here. If it wasn't Terence Crawford and it was just a name that was a little bit lower, they would have scored it a knockdown. They would have scored it a knockdown. Let's keep it real. They didn't want to do that.
And that's fucked up.
They know getting a knockdown score by Bud versus Green Machine would have hurt his stock even further. It would have hurt it more.
Hey, I don't give a fuck what they score. I seen that shit. That shit is over with. That nigga stock felt like this.
Tonight was a prime example as to why, Arum has maneuvered him away, from certain fighters. So that's why I'm like,
you gotta rewind that and say that one again, dog.
I'm gonna run it back. You know what I'm saying? Drop them flex bombs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tonight is a prime example of why Arum has maneuvered Crawford away from certain fighters, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about a bag. You know what I mean? And as long as that man is winning, you know what I'm saying? As long as they can put a minimal amount of marketing into him, and be able to kind of sell out some fights and shit like that, he can bring in a cool 10 million, 20 million or whatever, ESPN he can still bring in some money from Abram, but that's gonna drop or stop once he get beat.
Facts.
Mm.
And had he fought somebody active and hungry, whole different scenario tonight. You know what I'm saying? You brought up Danny Garcia. You know Angel over there. You know Angel over there talking shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cash money.
Angel got a couple lines. No, I'm just playing.
No,
You know why? You know why? You know, no, I got it. I got the reference with a couple lines, and you on to something with that. But you know why Angel talking trash right now? Because he's like, you see, this is why Terence Crawford ducked us, because we know if Danny Garcia bombs land on him, he get knocked out.
Man, Danny Garcia let his hands go on that boy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Garcia ain't scared of that motherfucker, man. Danny Garcia won a strap.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, check it out.
Again, Danny Garcia won a strap and a few more touch-ups, and he can ride off into the sunset.
Facts.
Because he knows if he go ahead.
Hey, check it out. I don't know much about Mean Green. I don't think none of us do. But I guarantee this: we all know when he came to the fight.
He did an auto volley, dog. He did an auto volley. He came in there.
That nigga came
and
in
beat the snot out of Terence Crawford, dog.
Hey, he came in there in the Toro. You know what I'm saying? He came more stealth. He didn't come in the Lyft or Uber. He came in Toro.
They did.
Shout out to Toro. He came in a Toro.
He did.
God damn.
They did.
Man, dude.
Stop, bud.
But you know, I told Ox, I told Tom Ross, I followed the Deontay Wilder vernacular. Deontay Wilder's always saying this: if you speak it and if you speak it and you believe it, you shall receive it. I spoke it into existence before the fight started at my homeboy's house. Even my homeboy almost wanted to wring my neck. He said, "You said it, man. You said it." I said, "I hope and I pray that Green Mean Machine take it to Bud." And that's exactly what happened. That's why I was like, I'm glad I spoke that thing into existence, though.
This shit crazy, man. To be told, people they're not gonna admit this, but boxing need Errol Spence right now.
Yep. Like, BJ Freeman, facts. At least Bud got dropped by a machine. If that was a top welterweight, it would have been game over. Go ahead, Tom Ross.
At least the welterweight division, 147 needs Spence right now, man. Because Bud not repping right.
Nah.
Bud not repping right, man. Bud is an example of the little homie that got schooled. All the big homies go off to jail, and he on the block getting whooped every day.
Facts.
Come on, man. You ain't hold down the block right. You gotta be out here holding down the block. You get your ass mollywop. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bud.
Hey, man, the truth will always have his day, dog. Tom Ross, Ox, he knows his sport. Y'all know that's y'all boy, man. He knows his sport always looking right at the end of the day, dog. I be calling these things, man. I said, Bud is too light on his ass, and he's doing this. A freaking chihuahua barking behind the fence. Because you know how we knew he wasn't ready, Ox? Man, you missed the live earlier this morning, dog. We were wilding out. This is what we said, bro. And you could catch on this because I want Ox's opinion on this. This is how you knew Bud was re-signed with Top Rank. There's a reason why he did that. He re-signed with Top Rank to duck those top lines because he said this out of his own mouth before the Green Mean Machine could fight. I don't want no parts of. He said, "Who is Keith Thurman for me to fight? Who is Danny Garcia for me to fight? Who is Sean Porter for me to fight? Who is your Dennis Ugas for me to fight?" Think about it, and you already got Spence. That's the top 5 welterweights. If you questioning yourself and saying, "Who are them for you to fight?" What does that tell you, Ox? What the hell does that tell you?
Right.
Well, you know, it's about context. You know what I'm saying? And it's disrespectful. You know, you have the dude is not fighting nobody active, man. He ain't fighting. He has not faced a true threat to me. Like, I knew what Gamboa is capable of with men of his stature, but I knew that, you know, he was, you know, him going against Crawford was going to be a tall order. You know, Benavidez is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But he's a wounded animal. He's a wounded animal, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, man. Like, you know, I never really was into basketball, but I watch it. You know what I'm saying? But, like, those guys, man, when they blow their knee out or some shit like that, they don't really be the same and shit. Like the point guards and forwards and stuff like that, they're not the same after a knee injury. It takes a while for them to really get back into it. They can get back to that level, you know what I'm saying, i.e., Rose, but it takes a while, man, for them ligaments to come back like that. And, I'm not making excuses for the dude, and I'm not really trying to diminish Crawford's resume, man, but it's just like, man, Thurman, a healthy Thurman, a tuned up Thurman would have stopped Crawford tonight.
Facts. Facts.
Badly.
Facts.
Badly.
Facts.
Because this is
tell him about that Thurman in the second half of the fight against Pacquiao, because he got on his guard and he toughened up. Do you think that second half of the Thurman that actually sat there and said, you know what, I got hit good, but I came back and fought, even that Thurman to me would have given Bud problems? What's your take on that?
Go ahead.
People didn't give him credit for that, man. He got hit on a flash knockdown, and then he got his nose broken right after that. And I tip my hat to Pacquiao for that strategy. I'm fighting these young, spry, guys, man. I gotta really test their mind and their might. And so I'm gonna knock you on your ass, and try to intimidate you. And the motherfucker got up, and then he said, okay, I'm gonna fuck with you psychologically. I'm gonna make it hard for you to even breathe and see. I'm gonna break your fucking nose. Most people, man, you even slap them across their nose, man, they be like, all right, hold on. They trying to duck out of it.
Exactly.
Broke that man's nose, man, and that man still came back and came back stronger in the second half of the fight. So, people be talking wild, and they kind of get, and I try to tone down what I be saying. I clown, but I make sure I let people know I be clowning. But on a real tip, tonight what we seen from Crawford, man, like, unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? This is unacceptable at this level. You fought an inactive fighter we never heard about. You didn't even fight, you didn't fight smart. Even Andre Ward was saying it, and you getting hit with shit that you shouldn't be getting hit with at this level. Right. The fight went on way too long with a no name that we never fucking heard of. You went down, you know what I'm saying? That's all these negatives there. People want to pick apart Spence. People want to pick apart a lot of other fighters. But it's biased, though. You know what I'm saying? It's bias. And on top of that, the dude quit. The dude quit. You know what I'm saying? He got hit with one behind the ear. He pretty much quit. Like, he didn't have that much grit. You ain't been fighting like that, bro. Facts. You ain't been fighting like that, man. So that man, like, man, I'm getting a check. Like, all right, he just ducked out of it. He just took a knee. Right. You ain't stop him like that, bro. Right. Like, come on, let's call it for what it is. Like, you ain't stop him like that. And you was getting touched too.
Right. It looked kind of fishy how it went down. It was like, okay, I did what I was supposed to do now. Let me go ahead.
And then they put the camera right on the dude. They like, are you okay? The motherfucker like, I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? We talking about some pay to fall. You know what I'm saying? Somebody paid to fall. They just dredged up this. They dredged up this opponent. They dredged him up from somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and threw him in the ring with Crawford.
Crawford's supposed to beat the shit out of that dude, man.
Like, come on, man. Like, let's stop bullshitting, man. But off of Crawford, man. I like the energy that Lomachenko had towards Teofimo Lopez, dog. I like the energy. I'm not a Lomachenko fan, man, but I like that energy, dog. Like he was on some, just real passive. Like, this motherfucker ain't shit, man. Like, not trying to be disrespectful, but real subliminal. He was like, man, he was all right, but he ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, just the guy you talking about.
He called out Teofimo. He was like, who he mentioned in respect in the same breath. And I ain't mean to put you off, but I gotta say this: the person he respected and mentioned in the same breath, and see again, we have in our day, the truth will have his day, was Tank Davis. He said, when I unify, I want to fight Gervonta Davis. That's the only name he mentioned in respect. That should tell y'all something real quick.
Yeah, I knew Comey was gonna lose, man. I was like, man, this dude trainer look like Rev Run, dog. This motherfucker about to lose, dog.
Whose house?
Red
Please,
Eye.
man, you gotta get your ass whooped, man.
But I don't know what Kobe don't normally fight like that. It's like Kobe was trying to prove something. He wasn't tight. He was like he was trying to trade. Like what the fuck was he doing? Fucked around, got his ass knocked out. But shots to Teofimo Lopez. But back, man, I can't get over this shit, dog. Because people don't realize what people want to sweep shit under the rug as soon as something happens and be like, "Dang, as big as people make it." No, this is very big. This is what you call monumental, man. The man was being compared to Floyd Mayweather, and he was compared to in a superior sense. Not like, oh, he reminds me in a superior, like Floyd ain't shit compared to Bud. You know, people I heard say that.
I want the both of y'all to address this comment because Cool J 26 is not being real with himself. Everybody else is being real and saying, and he my boy now, but he not being real right now. Everybody's sitting here saying Bud got exposed. Expose this, dog.
Let me get him, man. When you're a master boxer, you don't fight to the level of your opponent, man.
Facts.
Master boxers come out and they take whatever you're doing best and they take it away from you.
Facts.
Then they say, okay, now beat me. Okay, you like to throw the right hand? You ain't gonna land the right hand all night. What happened was Terence Crawford went in there, took dude for granted, and dude taxed that ass. That's what fucking happened. And that's not an excuse, because guess what? Master boxers also don't take motherfuckers for granted either.
Yep.
And people give Deontay Wilder a lot of shit. But when last time Deontay Wilder took somebody for granted? Deontay Wilder going there playing with nobody, man. He fights your ass like his life depends on it. This nigga Crawford went in there playing around and then they got stopped.
Facts. Facts.
Ain't no excuses, man. You said out your mouth that you could beat Errol True Spence easy. That's what you said. But survey says that was a lie. You wasn't totally honest when you said that.
Facts.
Because if you struggle with Jose, listen, it's not one fight where you struggle against somebody you're supposed to whoop easy. This is a reoccurring thing. Okay.
Hey, Tom Ross got me over here dying, dog.
Ox, this is a reoccurring thing. Okay, you struggle with what's his name? Nungo? How you say his name?
Yeah.
He knows how you say his name? Nungo?
Ndongo.
You struggle with Ndongo. Your ass struggle with Jose Benavidez. Your ass struggle with Gamboa. Little ass Gamboa down there stretch your ass. The day you struggle with a motherfucker who been out of boxing for 262 days.
Facts.
His name is 262. You struggle with 262, dog. But the boxing pundits are saying you could beat Errol Spence easy. Now to the point, I don't believe shit that come on ESPN now. If they say something, automatically say they lying. They lying up to that.
Max Kellerman was somewhere like even Andre Ward hesitated, dog. Because Timothy Bradley, while he was sitting there doing this, Andre Ward didn't even believe in what he said. Because Andre Ward then came back and was like, shit, I can imagine if it's Spence that's throwing them damn punches at him. That's a whole different story. Because even Andre Ward, as the fight was going on, he was like, damn, Bud getting hit with shots that he's not supposed to be getting hit with. Because one thing about Andre Ward that y'all can say, Ward always telling the damn truth. He can't help it. By default, that's just who he is. He got to tell the damn truth because he's this character type of dude. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying it. While Timothy Bradley was sitting there on his knot-headed, I'm Terence Crawford, my boy, he sat there and told the truth. Now, people that's sitting here saying Crawford and Canelo, pound for pound, #1 supremacy, let me tell y'all something, man. I get on Cinnamon Alvarez, but let me tell you something. That performance I saw tonight, Canelo Alvarez was straight stump, but I don't want to see that fight. That's a dumb fight right there.
I want to see it.
First of all,
I want to see a motherfucker get his ass whooped.
Me too. That's why I said, first of all, Bud could fight the fight of his life and still get the soul knocked out of him by Canelo Alvarez. You know why he said that? Do you know why he said that? He's trying to take light off the fact that Bud got exposed just now.
Facts.
He talking about Canelo and Bud for number one pound for pound supremacy. Neither one of them is number one pound for pound.
Facts.
What the fuck are you talking about? It don't matter who win that fight. They still not gonna be number one. What's he talking about? How somebody just fought at 175 go get number one pound for pound by being a welterweight?
Facts.
How does that make sense?
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Y'all gotta stop deep throwing these motherfucking boxes, man. If you just won a title at 175, you ain't supposed to even fight nobody at one. You
gotta say that one again, Tom Ross, because Ox start laughing. You know what Ox get to the laughing. You know what time it is, though. You gotta say that one again. You gotta stop what? Y'all they gotta stop what with these boxes?
They gotta stop deep throwing these boxes, man. Gag reflex crazy right now.
Woo.
Listen, if you win, I've been watching boxing for a long time. You've been watching boxing for a long time. You get up to 175, you expect it to stay there. You're not expected to go down and fight niggas coming up for 147. The fact that his fans think that's cool lets you know a lot about these motherfuckers, man. Do you know how it would have felt if Floyd would have went and fought somebody at 135? I'd be like, yo, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up that you doing that. That you lose all that weight just to beat the hell out of this dude. I'm like, that shit ain't right. This nigga just fought at 175 and it's actually on the table for him to fight Bud. That don't make sense, man. No, go fight Beevil now. Go fight Beevil. Since your ass want to be at 175 so bad, go fight Anthony Yardy. You see how long you last.
And you know what I think Spence is doing right now? You know what I think Spence is doing right now, Ox? You know what I think Spence is doing right now, Tom Ross? Spence is like this. Spence like this.
Yeah.
Spence is basically doing this. Look, Spence is like, when I come back, I'm gonna be on some super shredder shit because the shit that I just seen from Bud. Oh yeah, I'm obliterating the whole 147. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm predicting when Spence show back up March and April 2020, he's gonna be on a mission to clean out 147 with the quickness. He ain't even gonna hesitate. He gonna do that shit like this. He gonna do it like that.
Yeah, I hope. Like I said, man, I hope that Spence, got access to like a kinesiologist. You know what I'm saying? The thing about car accidents is you don't always know what's really wrong with you, man, until later on down the line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's wrong with you. You could walk away from an accident just off of adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? People don't really give adrenaline enough credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially being in the military, y'all already know when adrenaline kick in, incredible things can happen. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't surprising to me that he walked away from that accident, but I'm looking at the wreckage and, mind you, it's not the car is not designed for daily use. You know what I'm saying? It's made out of mostly carbon fiber. So, it's going to tear up and rip apart anyway. So we don't really know the extent of how bad the accident was. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that they're not really made. They don't, unless you put a roll cage inside of them, they're not really collision, they're not rated high for collision safety. And so you can't get fucked up in them unless you have a roll cage in it and a 5-point harness and stuff like that. So if you're not really into racing and you're just driving that motherfucker, you don't really understand how dangerous that bitch is. And unfortunately with the loss of Paul Walker, I was kind of just shocked, like, because you know what you driving, you know what I'm saying, and you know what that can do. So, but like I said, as he speaks to Spence, coming back, it is a major accident, and I wouldn't even want to see him come back and fight Crawford next, because I feel like that would be another, wounded animal, somebody at less than 100% for him to be able to capitalize on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would be a cherry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Spence needs some tune-ups before he get back in there with top-level competition, because we don't know what's really wrong with that man's body yet.
Right.
Facts.
And I've been hearing whispers, through different people. Abram supposedly heard from a source himself that we may not see him back for like another year or two. You know what I'm saying? That could be an exaggeration. We don't know. All we know is All we know is what we know. What we know is we don't really know shit. So, but as it pertains to Crawford, man, like I said, it ain't even a question, man. Like he ain't to me. Like I keep saying, until he fights certain fighters, I don't even want to hear him in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He go out there, he stopped Danny Garcia, he stopped Thurman, or he stopped Porter. Then I'm like, then I'm barking Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Not bandwagoning him, but I'm barking behind him. I won't say he a Chihuahua. I may say he, maybe a Schnauzer. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
But I'll give him some. But
he'll poodle.
Poodle or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, dude, you in there getting your ass rocked by somebody we never even heard of, dude. You getting rocked by somebody we never even heard of, man.
And dude was hitting his ass instantly.
Yeah, and I ain't even talking about you got him out of there. Yeah, he got knocked down, or whatever. But even prior to that, all night, he was getting hit with shots that he should not have been getting hit with.
Facts.
And his only way to get the guy out of there to make him quit is knocking his equilibrium off. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really actually stop the guy. You know what I'm saying? He just hitting him behind the ear, hitting him across the top of the head and shit like that, catching him straight across the nose. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of just breaking his will, but not really actually destroying him, stopping the dude. You know what I'm saying? So, just cap. You know what I mean? But I appreciate, man, this year in boxing. And I appreciate the way how, December has been fruitful with good fights. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm looking forward to that Charlo. You know what I'm saying? I will be in attendance. I will be in the building.
Hey.
I mean.
Ox.
Yeah.
Ox, he knows.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all know what Wolverine claws is made out of?
Adamantium, though.
Adamantium.
If Crawford don't get his chin laced with adamantium,
it's old film.
He don't stand a chance against Spence. He need a whole.
Man, you're a fucking idiot,
face.
dude. You're a fucking idiot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot. You're an idiot,
Navy, dog. I think I lasted 17 years. That should come off the top. This nigga need a whole adamantium face, man. He not gonna
You wildin' out, dog.
They let the wrong nigga see what I saw tonight.
Woo! Woo!
They let the wrong nigga see that, man. He not ready. He need to stop back at ground zero. He need to what? I think he need to go ahead and see if he can get a fight with what's the white dude from South Africa that Spence beat up on? He need to fuck with him.
Oh, you talking about Chris Van Heeteren, dog? Chris Van Heeteren.
Yeah, work his way back up, man. Because he not fighting nobody. Those WBO mandatories, they're going to show you how weak the WBO belt is. This nigga mandatory didn't fight all last year.
Yep. Well, let's do this, man. Let's give credit.
How your mandatory somebody that ain't fought for almost a year, bro?
Facts, Ox. Facts.
What did he do to be a mandatory?
Exactly. Let's give credit what credit is due, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because even Ox is
what
like,
did he do? Ross, what did he do?
You know what they said? They said, "Hey, man, don't get in no trouble with the law. Don't drink and drive, and you got the shot."
That's it. I gotta let this one ride because y'all going in, dog.
Bruh, what the fuck did he do? He knows. Fuck with me. What did he do to be a mandatory?
Let me tell y'all
262 days.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Salute Body Snatcher Returns. I'm glad you found the IG, man. Let me tell y'all something right now, man. And y'all about to laugh y'all asses off, man. Before we get into the next topic, I just gotta say this. That's why I started in the community post, Ox. That's why I started in the community post, Tom Ross. I said I don't want to ever hear in y'all life y'all ever compare Errol the Truth Spence and Terence Bud Crawford. Because I already know now that one-sided punishment is gonna happen. I already know now. I had everything I needed to know in that fight because I just said take Mean Machine out of the equation and let it be Spence that throws those phonetic, technically sound, and fundamentally sound shots. Crawford's actually going to drop. I believe Spence will drop him. That's what I believe. He would drop him.
Go drop him all fight.
He'll drop him. I just believe he'll drop him because Porter's just a big ass dude, and that's why Spence lasted as long as he did. That's why Porter lasted as long as he did. Because as you step up the level, it is what it is. But Crawford, I just realized now, Bob Arum, you a slick one. That's why I called you an old car salesman, shiesty motherfucker. You know now why you keep saying these sayings like Bud can't sell and all that, because you was trying to hide him. That's why he's 32 years old. And see, here's the thing, Ox. Here's the thing, Tom Ross. Bud is 3 more fights away from being irrelevant or decrepit. Watch what I tell y'all. And somebody mentioned on the comment earlier that Bud is old now. He's starting to show signs of him being old. That may very well be true too. I think Bud is past. I think Bud is getting to a point where he can't fight no more. That's what I'm saying. That
for Bud got exposed, man.
No, he did get exposed. No. I ain't talking about it from an excuse standpoint. I'm talking about it more from a
excuse. I'm talking about the person that brought that up. They're trying to make an excuse, man.
Facts. I'm talking about it more from a standpoint. I know they saying it from an excuse standpoint. I'm talking about it more from a standpoint of I believe that Errol the True Spence is going to whoop that ass. See, look at this comment here. Spence not beating Bud. Bud wasn't even boxing and fought Mean Machine at his own game and won. That's what Errol the True Spence does. Bud don't fight people at their own game. Bud actually fights one way. You know what that one way is? The one way is, and Body Snatcher returns. I'm gonna check it out, bruh. The one way is this. He tries to dog walk them. He tries to go in killer instinct mode, and he tries to beat the snot out of them. That's what he tries to do. So don't hand me this nonsense. I'm gonna let you run with that, dog.
Hey, so I'm about to destroy this mindset really fast. You said Bud beat Mean Green at his own game. How do you know that? You ain't never seen Mean Green fight nobody. you don't know what Mean Green game is. So how the fuck you know that?
None of us fucking knew. None of us fucking knew.
Nobody know. So what are you talking about? Bud don't even know shit about dude, man. Bud, oh shit. Mean Green, all right, cool, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know who the fuck dude is that he fought.
How do you become a mandatory, man, and you ain't fought in 260 some odd days, bro?
Basically, you know what they said? Just don't die and you get to fight. Stay alive, man. This nigga ain't have to do nothing. You know what? For WBO, I know exactly how they pick their mandatories. They do raffles. These niggas put names in the hat, put a name out, you get the fight, man.
Man, that old raggedy ass belt, man. That shit look like it look like you can buy that shit off Amazon, man.
Yeah.
That belt raggedy, dog. That strap raggedy, man.
The motherfuckers got the nerve to say, how can nobody don't acknowledge the WBO? This the reason why, man. Shit like this.
Acknowledge what?
Just like this. Ox, if you check your email, you might be a mandatory for a heavyweight.
Hey, I wish. Shit.
If you check your email, you might be a WBO mandatory out the blue. That's how they do shit.
Shit.
Anybody can be a mandatory.
Hey, I would have went in there and whooped on Joshua's ass, dude.
Hit that nigga in the back of his head.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They ain't lying, dog. Ain't lying.
I would have gave Joshua that Westpac Rumble. You know what I'm saying?
Salute, Body Snatcher returns, dog. Salute to you, fam. Salute.
I don't got no respect for the WBO,
thanks for that one,
bro.
Salute, bro. Yeah, it's between us. Salute. But anyways, dog, y'all making me laugh right now, man. And I'm about to say this right now, man. And this will make y'all laugh even further. Terence Crawford. This guy right here to me is the definition of a chihuahua barking behind the back of the damn fence, dog. There's some dogs, man. There's what we call Tibetan Mastiffs. There's what we call pit bulls. There's what we call Doberman pinchers, dog. There's what we call freaking bulldogs. Terence Crawford is none of that. I did not see that in that fight. What I saw was a guy that got exposed. Green Mean Machine, guess what? You earn my respect today. He is not Green no more because Green was clowning him. He is Mean Machine, just like his title, because he came in there tonight and he was mean as hell with his fist, dog, because he exposed Terence Crawford on so many levels. He exposed.
Right. And then people didn't even watch the fight. You could tell. Bud was fighting his fight when he was getting touched. It wasn't until Bud started walking toward him and started fighting until he started having some success. So stop that shit. Bud was really trying to box this dude, and he was getting touched like crazy.
Facts.
So stop this shit when he fought him at his fight. That's why Bud, he made Bud go into survival mode. This nigga we never met before. Made Bud go into survival mode, man.
Facts.
Y'all not understanding what y'all just watched. You just watched an overhyped job get exposed in front of your eyes. That's what you watch. This is what you watch, man. A hype job get exposed in front of your eyes, man.
Yep.
That's it. Can he recover from this? Only somewhat. Because he can change his decision process, but guess what he can't change? That chinny chin.
You can't change your chin, man. That's why when Spence looked at Terence Crawford and he told him 3 straight times his face, you too small. You too small. You too light on your ass. I will straight up stop you, dog. He told that man 3 times, dog. That when a man tells you something 3 times, that is the number of confirmation. Y'all don't understand what the number 3 is. 3 times.
He said that shit right in front of his friends and everything. Like they was having a regular conversation, just talking about each other, just playing. He said, man, I'll stop your little ass. You too small. That shit was so disrespectful. It's the truth. Bud really still a 140 pounder, man. He fight like a 140 pounder. He don't have that chin.
Yep. Somebody in the comment section said that earlier. He's a 140 pounder trying to perpetrate his 147, dog.
He don't got it, man. He don't got it. Because if Danny Garcia hit him with that no-look hook, it's over for that nigga.
I want you to address this one. I want you to because see the Bud Man fans are coming out left and right. You know they gotta show up and show out, dog. Ox, I need you to address this. Tom Ross, I need you to address this. Buddy don't know who he's talking to. Tom Ross and Ox, I need you to address this comment right here.
I can tell y'all never laced up the gloves. How can you tell that, man? What have we said that was casual? Bud looked at bad, man. So you saying
in reality, go ahead. Go ahead.
Him saying that, he's basically saying that Bud didn't get exposed tonight. That was supposed to happen that way.
Facts.
So you saying Bud was supposed to come out there and try to box because he tried to box and get caught like that all night?
Facts.
You the one that sound like you never laced up gloves before.
There you go.
Because if a nigga can compare to Floyd Mayweather Jr., that means you can't have 262 days off and fight Floyd. You can't do it. Floyd can have 262 days off and fight you because he's a master. But you can't do that. You going to get walked through. If you ain't fought in the last year and you get in there with Floyd, he going to walk through your ass. But Spence, he going to put your ass in the hospital if you ain't fought in 262 days. So you mean to tell me somebody you never heard of, somebody who haven't fought 262 days, that's how the fight was supposed to go?
Yep.
And we the one that ain't laced up? No, you the one that didn't lace up. Ox, go ahead, bro.
That's some real colorful talk, as usual. You know, you gotta have that. I don't pay no attention to that. I don't even know what angle boy coming from, but you know, I got straps. I've been laced. You know what I mean? But it ain't even about that either, man. You know, like I said, I don't know the dude angle what he getting on. We all talking shit. It ain't nothing personal, you know. But Crawford didn't look good tonight, man.
He did.
It is what it is. Crawford didn't look good tonight against the person.
And only people that are Bud Man fans are gonna say some shit like that. Ox, my bad. I just had to say that real quick.
And if people are only tuning into this, then obviously they haven't heard any of the narrative that's been spoken before this, and we give it to everybody fair.
Facts.
And when Spence wasn't finishing people in emphatic fashion equivalent to his persona, we got on him about that. You know what I'm saying? We gave him his just due, and we give everybody their just due. We said Crawford did what he was supposed to do. We even said how he got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about every finite detail, and we are not romanticizing anything.
Right.
It's all clear. And all I'm saying is, at this level, what was showed tonight and what has been shown in the last 3 or 4 fights, he is not in the conversation with the top 3 competitors. He's just not. He ain't in the conversation with Thurman, Spence, or Porter. He ain't in that conversation with me. He just ain't. He's not in the conversation with Danny Garcia either.
Nope.
He ain't in the conversation with Pacquiao either. Well, we can keep going. We can keep going.
Stock dropped.
Stock dropped. Stock dropped. If the Mikey Garcia who fought Broner fought Crawford tonight, Mikey Garcia would have stopped Crawford tonight.
Facts.
Let's call this shit fair. Let's be fair, dude. Let's stop bullshitting. Let's stop bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one of these people that only give black fighters credit. You got to give these other fighters credit too. You know what I'm saying? And let's call it off of people real skill and ability. You know, it is like I said, man. It is what it is. The way Danny Garcia been laying people out with right hands and left hands. Man, dude, we wouldn't be talking about Crawford right now.
Facts.
We'll be praying for Crawford right now.
We'll be just like this.
Tom Ross, I want you to address this one right here, man, because I'm the one that hasn't stepped into the square circle. Tom Ross, address this one, bro.
What he do, he don't know who did what. What he doing is he try to separate the panel. That's what he doing.
Nah, and that's okay, but I want you to clarify real quick, dog, because he think he's just thinking it's Ox. Tom Ross, let him know, so that way he can be proven wrong.
I laced him up. Ox laced him up to a bigger degree than me. I only fought for 3 years. He knows he wrestled, but at the end of the day, you don't have to lace him up to be able to break this fight down, man. This fight wasn't even that technical to have to be a boxer to break down what you saw. You know what I'm saying? This shit wasn't fucking Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones won.
Facts.
First fight. This wasn't no technical fight. This is a casual could have broke this fight down. So I don't even know what one got to do with the other. But what they're trying to do is to separate the panel and shit and make the panel go against each other and regular beta male shit. I ain't paying that shit no time.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? That shit's stupid, man.
That's it.
But I still right about that shit, man. At the end of the day, if this your first time tuning into the channel, then say that, man. But this not your first time. Don't act like we just being unfair to Bud. Don't act like we being unfair to Bud. We all got up here and said we need to see the old Errol Spence. Even though he's still making people look bad, we need to see the Errol Spence that was down there murdering motherfuckers. That was making niggas piss blood. So if we get on Errol Spence, we damn sure gonna get on Bud.
Damn right. I want you to address this one, Tom Ross, because now they bringing up Mean Green Machine's credentials.
First of all, the man, I guarantee you ain't know that shit before this fight. You ain't know that shit, man. Talk about he was an Olympian. That Olympian shit don't mean too much. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was a bronze medalist. That was it. That Olympic shit get real twisted when you start getting to the top. Have you ever? All these people that be talking about the Olympics, they ain't never watched the boxing Olympics. Because somebody get robbed every fucking year in the boxing Olympics, man. Every year somebody get robbed because you're not watching a pro style fight. They count every tap, every bullshit tap. You know what I'm saying? You literally tap a motherfucker for your range fighter jab, they count it as a point. They ain't no real jab. You know what I'm saying? They count every fucking thing, man. So you could easily lose a fight against somebody in the Olympics or the amateurs that you would beat the fuck out of in a real fight.
Facts.
So lose me with that shit. What? Lomachenko, 2-time gold medalist. Don't he be getting touched up like a motherfucker?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Don't Lomachenko be looking like a raccoon at every fight?
Mm-hmm.
They could be getting touched, man. That Olympic shit only means so much. Exactly. I'm fucking with Ox Heavy. Yeah, right.
That's it. You gotta give him the credentials, dog.
Yep.
You gotta give him the credentials, dog.
I'm about to auntie house. Yeah.
That's a dog. Hey, it is more upstairs, just a corner though. I'm putting my personal business out there. But boxing, grappling, jiu-jitsu, you will get your ass slammed around this motherfucker. You will get your ass stolen around this motherfucker. Okay? Hey, for fun. And like I said, I'm telling you, like I said, I really like to keep with warriors. I like to work out. I like to train. I like to work out. So we don't got to go back and forth talking colorful. We can meet at your local gym. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to, we can post it live. You know what I'm saying? So these cats talking colorful in these comments, we can go live. You know what I'm saying? About being in the ring and all this and that or whatever it is. But you know, it's like I said, it's all for fun anyway. You know, but it is, you can call it like how you see it. And I don't like having conversations with cats that ain't been a multiple varsity athlete, ain't never been ranked in the nation. You know what I'm saying? It's some conversations you can't talk on. You know, but then you got some people that spectate the sport and they can't talk from a unbiased lens. I can talk to them. But some cats, man, not only have they not done it, they really don't have a good studying vantage point, you know what I'm saying, of the sport either. They have a biased vantage point, you know what I'm saying? They only see it through one lens. And so I don't even waste my energy on that kind of stuff, man. Like I said tonight, I look at fighters as actual living, breathing stocks and bonds. And if I have to invest, in a certain stock, I'm going to keep up with that stock. You know what I'm saying? Because stock trends go up and down. And based upon the trending factors of everything that Crawford is comprised of, I feel like his stock value is plummeting.
Yep.
Period. Right.
I feel like Crawford is a risky investment. I feel like he is a high risk investment.
Yep.
I don't care if it's $10. That's a high risk investment because one punch can put that motherfucker down on bended knee.
Facts.
One punch can make him do that stanky leg. One punch can have him doing that. Hey, hitting that Bobby Shmurda. He hit that Bobby Shmurda tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He hit the hot nigga Bobby Shmurda tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what we seen tonight. He hit the Bobby Shmurda, dog. I seen his ankles, dog. I seen his ankles, man. Yep. And so it is what it is. Man. Like, come on, man. Like, people try to question, you know what I'm saying? People, motherfuckers got medals and straps, but man, I'm in my mid-30s, man. That shit don't matter, man. Like, what are talking about? You know what I'm saying? We just enjoying it. We calling it like how we see it. You know, I was interested in seeing who won the UFC fight tonight.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that one because I was watching the fights. I mean, I could have went back and forth with it because I was wondering who's going to win between Usman and Covington, but I was just like, you know what? I got to watch this fight. And then here's the thing, the main event, as I was getting ready to turn into the UFC fight, because I was like, I ain't watching the main event. Then the main event started popping off. I was like, hold up, I got to watch it because Mean Machine, after I spoke into existence, he throwing off combinations. It took Crawford 9 rounds to figure out Mean Machine. It took Crawford 12 rounds to figure out Jose Benavidez. That's more than enough. And Jose Benavidez, like I told everyone, if he had 2 legs, if Jose Benavidez had 2 legs, Tom Ross, if Jose Benavidez had 2 legs, he would have beat Terence Crawford.
He was
firmly believe that.
Benavidez, man, them dudes are some killers, man. You know what I'm saying? Them And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, this about Joshua. I'm telling you, am I a prophet about it? I'm not talking all like that. I'm just saying, I speak from a certain vantage point from where I am where I'm from regionally and where I've traveled, throughout my career. And Benavidez, man, them brothers, man, they from my city, man.
Mm-hmm.
Them dudes from my city. And then, like I said, they don't have a traditional Mexican come forward type style. You know what I'm saying? They have a style that's, adapt to whooping niggas.
Mm-hmm.
They have a style that's adapt, to fighting Europeans and stuff like that, Native Americans, different things like that. And so they're a little bit more athletic with theirs. And it's like I kind of see Teofimo Lopez being an East Coast version of that. You know what I'm saying? Having that flavor and having the tenacity to be able to come forward also. Having the tenaciousness to attack, but having the athleticism to do it at angles. You know what I mean? And it's like we see that best with Pacquiao, because Pacquiao, he's limited, but he utilizes them angles to apply that pressure. You know what I mean? And he gets that foot outside of you, and I feel like Pacquiao learned that from Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Tyson to step outside your foot. He don't care how tall you is. It don't matter how tall you is, how much reach you got. You step outside a dude's foot and you get on the side of him, it's game over.
Lead foot dominance.
Facts.
Lead foot dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But do you have enough guts to play in traffic like that? Everybody don't have enough guts to play in traffic like that.
Facts.
But like you said, a healthy Benavidez, dog, we talking about a whole different scenario. He got lucky with that. And that's why it still went 12. And that motherfucker was coming at your ass like the Terminator all night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It just you wore him down. Yeah, you whooping across his head and shit all night. You wore him down. But that motherfucker, he wasn't at his full wits though.
Yep.
He wasn't at his full wits, And
the funny thing about it, when he was saying at the time that he would beat Terence Crawford, now we see if he didn't have that accident, and the reason why I brought up Jose Benavidez is because it speaks to Ox's credibility about you don't know what a person is going to be after an accident. He didn't have a car accident; it was a motorcycle accident. But look, he wasn't the same. Imagine if he did not have the motorcycle accident. See, that's what I'm saying. This speaks credibility to the fact that Jose Benavidez would have, because people got to remember, Bob Arum was pushing Jose Benavidez just like they're pushing David Benavidez. He was going to be one of his cash cows in Top Rank. But Bob Arum dropped him after the motorcycle accident because one of the attributes of what he saw in Jose Benavidez was his fast hands, which we saw in the Terence Crawford fight. His hand speed was faster than Terence Crawford, Jose Benavidez. That's why he was able to touch up Terence Crawford upstairs and downstairs. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Terence Crawford is not defensively responsible, man. This man can get touched up. And if you touch him up enough, and you hurt him in the right way, you can stop him, man. Spence beat you up by an accumulation of punishment, dog. That's how Spence beats you up. I just feel that the punches that Spence throws is on a higher and a faster and a harder velocity than a Mean Machine. So if it's Spence that's throwing those punches that Mean Machine threw tonight, Bud is feeling every bit of those damn punches.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just common sense.
Crawford going to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, Crawford going to sleep. I'm telling you, as sure as the sky is blue, that motherfucker going to sleep. If that's a Spence shot, it ain't no question.
Yep.
Ain't no question.
Ain't no question.
Yep.
Ain't no question. Because Spence.
Spence can take it and give it too.
Mm-hmm.
He can take it and give it too, and if you give him some, he gonna try to give you even more.
Yep.
Man,
Spence a dog, man.
Yeah, Spence is a dog.
He showed me something when he damn near stopped Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Porter never been in a predicament like that.
Yep.
Like Porter never got stopped. You ain't never seen Porter look like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was, and so you can just imagine if he hit Bud like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing people are not considering. Spence still have room to get better.
That's it.
Because you got to understand one thing. I only want Spence to add two things to his repertoire. Put more punches together in succession and not to throw every punch at the same velocity.
Yep.
To change up the velocity. That way they don't know which punch is going to put them down. Because
Yep.
you know what they do now when they fight? They just tense up the whole time because every punch hurt.
Yep.
But if he play with them a little bit, then boom, you know what I'm saying? Or he throw something medium temperature, they put something spicy, he's gonna do a lot more damage because they not. It's gonna be like a pitcher. They got every pitch. They got
I
the
want you to
curveball.
address this one. Mikey didn't go to sleep. Where's Mikey at right now? Has he returned back to boxing? Talk to us, Tom Ross.
It would have been better if Mikey would have went to sleep, man. Spence threw over 1,200 punches. And damn it, every punch he threw hit Mikey somewhere. Mikey got hit over 1,200 times, man.
Yes, sir.
That's why he ain't fighting no more. Mikey will never be the same. Mikey don't even talk the same no more, man.
Nope, he's slurring all over the place.
The worst thing that happened to Mikey is that they didn't stop that fight when they ain't followed their first mind and stopped that fight.
Yeah.
Hassman is being a panderer right now. This is what he's doing. Because he act like he don't remember Robert Garcia begging him, let me stop this fight.
Yep.
When your brother is saying, hey, do you want to go another round? You want me to stop the fight? When they said he asked you that shit, that means you getting your ass brutalized.
That's it.
But he wasn't a man.
Yep.
Let's say Ox is my brother and I'm his corner man. That's my job.
Facts.
I'm telling him, you had enough, man. And we can talk about this shit later. You had enough, bro. I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm going to tell you later behind closed doors you getting your ass whooped. I'm going to say he had enough. I'm going to put my arm around him like he had enough. That's your job. He let his brother get brutalized for 12 fucking rounds to say for a moral victory. That's bad boxing, man. I was actually mad at that fight because Mikey should have been stopped in the 9th round. They should have said this shit over with.
Facts.
Now the nigga don't even talk the same no more.
No, he don't. Because he's slurring. Because y'all saw the Fight Hype interview 26 days after the fight when he got out of hibernation because he spent the whole first week pissing blood. He spent the whole second week trying to recoup himself, wondering if he's good to go downstairs because his chick was like, hey, what's wrong with you? Are you having setbacks? Are you having issues? Then he spent the 3rd week trying to figure out if he wanted to go back into the ring. And then the 4th week when he showed up to Fight Hype interview, this is what he's doing. What do they tell you in boxing, dog? When you see a person doing an interview and they doing this, and we know they ain't dehydrated, what is that? That's called CTE. That's called brain damage. That's what that's called.
Okay, that nigga brain damage in one fight.
Damn right.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something.
But it really happened.
I'm gonna tell you something. No, Spence actually beat some sense into him. Because what this man has done he's went ahead and he's branched off into other things outside of boxing. Because he knows that his shelf life got brought, you know what I'm saying, to a you know, the date got pushed up. Fucking with Spence. His expiration date got pushed up a lot further. He ain't done yet, but he got pushed up.
Right.
Spence broke the seal on his ass. He cracked the seal on his ass. So, you know, you got so many days before you got to discard, you know what I mean? And so, you know, he knocked some sense into him, man. And like I said, I got to tip my hat to him in respect. You know, he got like a car customizing business, and they make like Range Rover limousines or something like that. And one of the local dealerships start picking it up. So this cat got a commercial dealership contract, you know what I mean, with one of his side businesses, man, and that's huge in California and Mexico. You know what I mean? And he's trying to get a government contract. So he got some kind of motherfucking sense. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to respect him on that. You know what I mean? But what he did in the ring, you know, he could have took his career in a whole nother direction. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he could smoke some of them smaller guys. He should have stayed down where he was and just been patient. But I think he didn't want a long layoff. But I don't know why in his mind he thought he could just jump into 147 and just run through guys. Man, I don't understand that. Okay, you got Broner, but Broner ain't right in the head.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Broner ain't right in the head right now. You know what I'm saying? I wish Broner would get right in the head because things are shaking up and becoming very interesting right now in the sport of boxing.
It is.
You know, and I wish that he was in the conversation, but he got all kind of stuff going on. He got federal attention on him now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in interviews, he's saying, "Oh man, I'm selling bricks. I'm selling dough." Like, man, shut your dumb ghetto ass up, man. Like, you really gonna get these people attention?
Right.
And now they looking into the man for, you know, all kind of stuff, like just tripping, man. But
Money
you know,
Yep.
all kind of shit going on in sport of boxing. It's been a hell of a year, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Hell of a year.
Facts, Giudas hit it on the thumb. He says Spence takes your style, then beats the living hell out of you with it. That's facts, man. That's what Spence do. He's a style bully. Woo, I like that one. Spence is the style bully. That's what he is, though.
Motherfucking Shang Tsung made the Shang Tsung of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga Spence beat Mikey ass so bad. He sound like he been drinking Tecate all day, man. Like all day.
Oh man.
Like, god damn. Like, the thing is, it happened after that fight. So you know Spence did it.
Mm-hmm.
After that fight,
Spence is a style bully.
Yeah, I'm drinking. You know about Tecate, dog. There's where's those other ones, dog? There's Dos Equis.
Dos Equis.
Everybody know
Modelo.
I fuck with Modelo.
Yeah. Hey, which one you fuck? Which one you fuck with? The black one, the amber one, or you mess with the white one?
Negro, baby.
Negro. That's what I'm talking about, dog. Modelo Negro.
Y'all boys crazy.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best one, man. He said he been drinking Modelo's all day and night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Modelo smack you.
This comment right here is laughable because Sean Porter, and I want you to talk about this, Ice, because you've been in the square circle. When a fighter bloats up after a fight, because we talk about the car accident and the car crash. When a fighter bloats up after the fight, that's what's up, Jose. You do Coronas, that's what's up, man. When a fighter bloats up after the fight, what is that prevalent of?
Got their ass touched up.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what kind of bloat are you talking about?
I'm talking about the bloatedness that Sean Porter had, where after Earl the True Spence put hands on him, he walked up gingerly on the podium. We know he was pissing blood that night. But then after that, the very next day on Max on Boxing, when they were interviewing him, he bloated the hell up. How you bloat up the very next day after the fight? What is that prevalent of? To me, that's called trauma. But what do you call that?
Trauma, bro. That's straight up trauma, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Just like the late Emmett Till, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? They beat him, and they threw him in the river, you know, but when they found him, he was all swole up. But yeah, definitely, man. If you getting hematomas and, you know, all kind of, you know, you getting actual trauma, man, the body is gonna speed up to try to repair itself.
Yeah.
You know, your body gonna try to repair itself, man. That's a sign of trauma. You know, we even seen Floyd with fat lips and shit like that after fights or whatever, you know, and they could try to use anti-inflammatories, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about an anti-inflammatory is when you've been getting your liver glazed up and shit like that all night, you know, you're getting your liver, you know, traumatized and shit like that too. They don't want to put you on an anti-inflammatory because your liver is already being taxed, you know, trying to repair itself also. So there's other ways, man. They could do intravenous type of stuff or whatever, like, you know, like through IV or whatever, to try to like flush you out, you know, flush your fluids and shit like that out. But, you know, that cat was in some pain for sure. It just get real tricky. Some cats, man, like you said, like, you know, some cats, man, you can win a fight, bro, but get some trauma to the body and shit like that. And they get to a certain point, they don't even want to give you nothing, man, because either it'll thin your blood too much. You know, your liver or your kidneys already done got some trauma, so you got some little internal bleeding. They can just say, okay, your body gonna heal itself up in a couple of days, like in a week, 10 days. You know, but during that time, they don't want to put you on nothing that's gonna thin your blood because you'll bleed the fuck out. You know what I mean? It get tricky, man. Like it's a dark side to fighting that a lot of people don't know about. You know. So that piss and amber shit is real. Your shit be looking like apple juice. You know what I'm saying? Over a win or a loss. A win or a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't even got to just be boxing. I know some people, man, piss and amber. You playing basketball, elbow to the ribs and shit like that. So you know, it can happen, man. But definitely, Mikey Garcia, not the same fighter, man. Not the same fighter. You know, just he getting into them side businesses, man. His exit strategy, he looking towards the future.
Like Jose said, CBD. That's what he is. CBD.
Right.
And Hashman said you guys talking like Spence washed Porter. It was a split decision. Let me tell you something.
I can vouch for Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia do got that gas, though. I can vouch.
Yeah, you do. Bob Arum said 8-4. I say 9-3. Bob Arum said 8-4. Go ahead, Tom Ross.
That's that. First of all, you don't judge a boxing match off of what another judge said. You judge the fucking match yourself.
Yep.
So you saying he didn't get washed because a judge said it was a split decision? Did not a judge say Floyd Mayweather and Canelo was a split decision? Did not a judge say Floyd Mayweather versus De La Hoya was a split decision, even though Floyd clearly won that fight? It's draws and shit, and it's bad decisions all the time. That don't mean that he didn't get washed. The man got beat up bad. The man was getting hit so hard on his belt, he was calling low blows that wasn't even low. He didn't want to get touched on the body. He was complaining to the ref and shit on punches that clearly hit him on the belt line.
Because his shorts was to his chest. Man. His shorts was to his chest.
Wait, he had them shits all the way up, man. He was getting beat bad. So for you to say that, you basically just an Errol Spence hater.
Yep. You
saying Errol Spence didn't watch him because the judge said so? What the fuck did you see?
Yep.
You saw a close fight?
Yep.
Do you see at any point in that time, did you think Errol Spence was in trouble?
And I'm laughing because the judge at the end, the judge who judged the Spence and the Porter fight, Hashman, so that you know, he said that Sean Porter's pants was way too high. His shorts was way too high. So what do you got to say about that? He came out and said that he called Sean Porter many times to bring your shorts down. It's way too high. You tell me if that's low blow or not. So you know more than the judge that was right there, that was watching the fight, that was right there reffing the fight. Yep. Come on, man, that's nonsense. He called out Sean Porter, and he said he had to give Sean Porter more than 10 warnings for his shorts being way too high. See, that's what I'm talking about.
And that's the thing. These guys think they're gonna get in here and they're gonna finesse the refs. When your shorts that high, all the refs do is let shit go. Cause they don't know what's low or what's not. Your shorts damn near to your chest.
Facts.
People think, the ref gonna save me because my shorts high. No, a good ref gonna let you get beat the fuck up, man. And he only gonna call it low if it's obvious you get hit in your cup. If you ain't get hit in your cup, he ain't calling shit low because your fucking shorts all the way up here. You know what else used to do that? You know who else do that shit? That's good for that? Fucking Kovalev, man. Kovalev good for that. Wearing shit all the way to his chest, they get mad because he got stopped in the body.
Facts. Now I want to address Jules of Life. He said, "What's good? He knows his sport. Did you see Mikey Garcia on ES News? He was eating suit on November 28th. He was talking like Elmer Fudd." Woo! Hey, Ox, we about to close out pretty soon, dog. We about to close out like the next few minutes, man. But I just want to say this real quick. Salute to Teofimo Lopez. Ox, I want your opinion on that fight. And what's the next forecast for Teofimo Lopez? Salutes to him, because over here on this channel, we give credit where credit is due. We picked Richard Comey to win the fight, but Teofimo Lopez won that fight. In that second round, there was a meeting of the minds where both of them took a risk. Teofimo Lopez beat him to the punch, and Teofimo Lopez got off faster than him, and he ended up getting a knockout. So salutes to Teofimo Lopez for doing his job and getting that second round TKO stoppage. Ox, I want your take on it, and then Tom Ross, you can get the back end, dog. What's your take on Teofimo, man?
He did what he was supposed to do. You know, he did what he was supposed to do. It was a test. It was a step up for him, and he got the job done. He put on a good performance. I just hope that the new money and the new status and fame doesn't go to his head, because I think he's he's young, and a lot of these fighters, you know, they become champion young. And I understand that they have to market themselves. You know, they have to make themselves likable. They got to get people talking about them. But sometimes, you know, some of these fighters, they don't know how to turn that switch off. You know, Broner captivated us with his antics and stuff like that. Like, I remember, like, who the fuck is this motherfucker brushing his hair in the damn ring? Like, what the fuck? You know, but he was like that off camera too. And he blew it. And he blew it. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope that we don't see like another Broner unraveling, you know what I mean? And, you know, with Teofimo. And I hope that he can step up, you know, and really actually solidify and make sure that, you know, that him getting this strap wasn't a fluke. You know, I don't think he could take them kind of risks against Lomachenko. You know, I think that's why Lomachenko had the kind of disposition, like, yeah, whatever. You know, he was just like, okay, you know, it was cute or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'll eat your ass up. You know, but Lomachenko has crumbled under power and stuff like that too. You know, I just don't think that you can sit there and like let Lomachenko get his feet set. You got to really like pressure Lomachenko. You know, you can't sit there and posture with him and try to. You're not going to counter and outbox Lomachenko. You got to pressure that man and break him. You know what I'm saying? You got to make that man fight. You can't let him sit there and box with you. You know, but I think he put on a good show, man. I was actually kind of disappointed in Comey, man. I thought he was going to put up more of a fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to put up more of a test. But
and he was winning. He was winning. He won the first round, but he got reckless in the second round. He gambled too much. Yeah. He should have kept doing what he did in that first round, because you saw what he did. He doubled it. He tripled that jab, Ox. And then he went away from that in the second round. He thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to take a risk. And you don't do that against a guy like Teofimo Lopez. At least not early.
Because he was touching him, because he felt like – I kind of felt that, man. I felt like – I've always said that, you know, he could get touched. And that's the thing about it. Like, that's why I never got behind him. Oh, you know, I never got behind the whole Teofimo hype train, because the dude get touched. You know what I'm saying? You can look, his nose is already destroyed right now. And he's going to keep getting destroyed. I'm surprised he can even breathe, you know what I'm saying? But the dude get touched, you know what I'm saying? He's not what people really think he is. And so I was expecting Comey to, you know, do that. But when I seen Comey getting more and more hungry, it was too early, man. He tried to pull the trigger too early. He tried to pull the trigger too early. I feel like, you know, Teofimo Lopez was too bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I think he needed to kind of work on his equilibrium a little bit more, get that head swelling up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it come a point in the fight where you can be winning the fight, but the dude done rocked your equilibrium so many times when you begging this dude not to hit you no more in the back of your head. In the back of your mind, you're like, man, I hope this motherfucker, please don't hit me again. You know, so he could have done a lot of stuff to frustrate Teofimo, and I was just disappointed that he didn't do it. You know, but eventually, man, like I said, the people that are in line for that strap, we gonna see it.
And I want your take on I want your take on Virgil Ortiz, Ox. He looked good last night. I finally start to give him his respect. I'm more and more impressed with him. And I'm thinking skies is gonna be the limit for this guy at the welterweight division, man. I'm looking at him and Jerron Boots Ennis to be that next wave at the welterweight division. What's your take on Virgil Ortiz, man?
I'm slow to place bets, man. I'm slow to really invest. I need to see a little bit more. He looked good, you know what I'm saying, but I think he got a long way to go before I could really get behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to see a little bit more, and that's the whole point of being a fan of boxing, is just seeing how people's storyline, play out, and how it play out is how you gain my respect. And like you just say, like with Porter, saying I'm not a Porter hater, but he's failed at his biggest tests. And the only test that he conquered was Broner. You know what I'm saying? Only test he conquered was Broner, and like Broner, it's debatable if he was even a test, but these guys got to prove it, man. And I don't go off just one fight, you know what I'm saying? I think he's headed in the right direction, but I just need to see a little bit more.
I agree. So Tom Ross, talk to us, man, and we about to close out.
Yeah, man. So once again, we came through, separated weak from strong. Ox still came on, did his thing. He brought that alpha energy. Check Buddy, talking about if Buddy want to see him, he'll knock him out and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I had a good time, man. All I can say is shout out to the chat and making sure y'all tuning in, man. Making sure y'all tuning in. And as far as Virgil Ortiz, he looked good. That's all I'm gonna say right now. He looked good. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this is what I want y'all to take from this live. Bud is not ready for Errol the True Spence. I keep telling y'all motherfuckers that shit. That's all I got.
That's it. Ox, close this out, buddy.
Hey, as always, man, appreciate cats, man, tuning in and jumping in on, with us, man. Like I said, it's always a good time. And I appreciate this year in boxing. My heart go out to the folks that have lost loved ones in the sport this year. And, I appreciate the cats that are, new to the sport, that are coming across the channel, man, and checking it out. I'm fairly new to the channel, and I just appreciate being on the platform. But we still got a few more weeks to go in this year, and we still got a few more good fights, man. And like I said, I will be in the building for that Charlo fight, man. I'm looking forward to it. That's a crazy build-up. It's kind of hard to call. Like I'm liking how the trend of boxing is getting to the point where it's hard to call. Even on the undercard, you don't even know who's going to win. And even with a no name, we get no names that are coming out, and had they been a little bit more polished, they could have done something, So these matchmakers is doing their job, you know what I'm saying? It's just the boxers got to do their end of the bargain also, you know what I mean? But I appreciate everything that's going on, man. It's all about entertainment, and I've been thoroughly entertained this year. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of fun. I can't really think of a lot of years in the past where we've had this much good fights within 12 months time span. But I'm loving it, man. And like I said, I appreciate the opportunity to rap with y'all.
All right. Well, this is Henos' Sport, bringing you guys that heat and that fire, man. I appreciate Ox Steel for coming through. We needed his energy on this one, man, tonight, you know what I'm saying, for that post-live fight reaction. Tom Ross, I want you to address these real quick.
I don't get it. When we open the live, did we not open the live giving Teofimo Lopez credit?
Facts.
So what the fuck is he talking about?
Exactly.
Some things is not even worth addressing, man.
No, I just wanted to say that because at the end of the day, that's the thing with this platform here, man. You know what I'm saying? Ox, you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Tom Ross, you know what time it is. We address everything, man. Even if it's not, it doesn't go our way. I picked Comey to win. A lot of people here in the chat picked Comey to win. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the panel did. But guess what? It didn't happen that way. So Teofimo Lopez gets credit because he beat Comey to the punch. And we all saw the fight. We all saw what happened. It's not like Teofimo Lopez did not time that perfectly. He did. So you got to give him credit. Now, if he would have threw a lucky shot, that would have been something else. But he timed it perfectly, and he beat him to the punch. So you gotta give him credit. So that's what we do here, man. We keep that same energy, dog. Even when reverse bias fans, panderers, and detractors can't, we gonna do that here. We gonna keep that standard here. So I got to give credit where credit is due, man. And that's just the truth of the fact of the matter. So Teofimo Lopez, you get a salute for that, man. And I like the fact that Lomachenko is willing to fight you next. So that is good talks right there, because guess what that's telling me? 135 is willing to do what 135 is willing to do, because the super fight to me is going to be Lomachenko versus Tank. And I'm glad Loma looked at Gervonta Tank Davis as his rival and his nemesis, because that's the only person that's on his level at that weight class. Nobody else. The way that Loma talked about Teofimo Lopez, as much as I'm not a big fan of Loma, that Loma talked about him in a way like Loma is going to whoop his ass. You know how when you that big brother, or you know what I'm saying, you in another level, you on varsity and the other person's in junior varsity, and you looking at them like you just not there yet.
Right.
That's the way Loma was talking to him. Like, yeah, I'll get to him when I get to him. I'll get to him when I get to him. That's the feeling that I got in the Teofimo Lopez fight. Because when he saw the fight, he was like, okay, these things I can expose. The things that Coleman couldn't expose, I can expose that. Exactly. He wasn't impressed. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. Tom Ross, you shut that thing down. Ox, you shut that thing down. This is Saturday. I'm gonna let y'all get to y'all breezies and do y'all thing, because I already know that house is probably loaded. The drinks is ready. I know my boy Ox, boy, he probably got his other, you know what I'm saying, recreational activities going on. Tom Ross, I already smell that true alpha off of you. I already know what time it is, dog. So y'all go and do y'all thing, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all have a great Saturday. And guess what, man? We're gonna be right back at this thing on Wednesday. We're live with He Knows Boxing Talk, man. Y'all can catch us tomorrow. He Knows Basketball. You know what I'm saying? The subscribers and appreciation for that. Tom Ross, I know you're gonna be there. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna go in on that motherfucker. Ox, I know you're a basketball fan. If you could tune in, bro. Cause we be going in on that motherfucker too, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all have a great Saturday. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Guys, listen, man. Don't crush them too much. Don't crush the breezies too much. Y'all know exactly what I mean. Y'all have a great night, dog.
Ain't no such thing, dog. All right, man.
Peace.